Today we're doing 3 buffets. Of all the quintessential American, especially Vegas experiences that I think you should have, buffets, top of the list. The first one here is the Bacchanal buffet in Caesar's Palace. Do they even have things like this in the UK?
We do have buffets, yes. A lot of the time you'll find like an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet, for example, at a restaurant or Indian buffet.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think we're doing anything quite on this scale because this place is absolutely enormous.
This is going to be the biggest one we go to and possibly the most expensive. It's just about $80, 25,000 square feet.
Jesus, man. That's a lot of stuff. They're covering a lot of bases here.
Yeah.
Just walking through to our table looks very impressive. Looks very fancy in a way, actually. I think a lot of the dishes seem like they're almost more like small bites, you know?
Yeah, 500 daily dishes to choose from.
500?
Yeah.
I get stressed out trying to pick from like 3 sandwich options when I get a meal deal. Bit of a choice paralysis.
I get paralyzed by choice so easily.
Okay, in that case, I think for both of our sakes, we should try and narrow down a few things that we want to get at all of these places maybe, so we have a rough comparison, because I know these are all going to be very different.
Something tells me we should try the lobster.
Some
Possibly
kind of
crab,
seafood.
something that I need to break open to get the meat inside. Definitely got to do a meat. Then seafood, which is also meat, so meat of the ocean.
Sure.
Land meat, sea meat, sky meat, come on.
Otherwise known as birds?
Yes, very good. I don't know, enough to get the vibe of what's offered here.
Yeah, I feel like we should take a lap, establish our options.
Yeah, let's go. How big this place is, though.
It's just with a plate full of crab legs. I love that. Okay, so starting off with what looks to be the Chinese section.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, this looks really good. I mean, look at the pile of crab rangoon over there.
The duck.
I would just pull up over here.
Spare ribs.
Yeah.
Sushi bar, man. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling a little overwhelmed.
Oh boy. So over here to the deli area, make yourself a sandwich.
I'm quite liking the presentation. I will say, if you're paying $80 and you're eating cereal.
Skipping it, no thanks. If I can make it at home, I'm not having it here. Pizza zone.
How do you feel about breakfast pizza?
That looks absolutely dreadful.
It's not looking great.
Oh my God. Yeah, guys, come on. Now your best one.
Omelette bar. Every good buffet, got to have an omelette bar. Yep. That's pretty crucial. Judging from the decor,
We got
I think we're now pivoting more into Mexico.
Yep.
Chicharrones.
Yep. Duras.
I don't think I've ever had a dura before. Ube horchata.
Yeah. Yo. Oh, look, they got a little like crispy tacos there. You could just throw some burrito in there. Yeah. Braised beef.
Oh yeah.
I think, honestly, as I'm saying right now, just one of these stations could be a very successful buffet.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
They weren't kidding about like the Bacchanal aspect of. I mean, it's so overindulgent, and I love it. What is this over here?
Waffles.
And pancakes.
Or maybe some French toast.
Display only. I don't touch.
Pancake and waffle bar. Okay, display only.
And then you get the fried chicken and biscuits and that white gravy that you're so suspicious of.
Which part of the cow is a beef steamship? Leg and thigh. Wow, okay.
All that force, all that pressure, it tenderizes it when they work.
Nice.
Okay.
Really delicious.
I know you say you don't come to these things often. Do you have like a strategy? Because I feel like carbs will just kind of take up too much room.
Yeah, I'm not doing bread, I'm not doing rice.
Got to maximize the proteins.
Yeah.
And we're onto the seafood.
Seafood. I think it's what everyone's coming for, right?
Snow
the
crab
main
legs.
event. I think I'm probably going to get some of these.
Yes.
Going to get some of that prime rib back there.
These are nice as well. These are like manageable portions.
Yeah, they said they're emphasizing like more bite-sized.
There's a butter dispenser here, which is the most American thing I've ever seen.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
You can just dispense yourself some clarified butter. Big old
And then, who could not, what buffet is not complete without a make-your-own bagel? I mean, if you want to spend $80 to ruin a bagel, be my guest.
If you spend $80, it's your right to ruin a bagel. You can ruin as many bagels as you want.
All right, and then I guess they got...
There's like desserty bits over here as well. I mean, these all look beautiful.
Yeah, the presentation is absolutely
Presentation
fantastic.
is on point here.
It's incredibly beautiful. I'm thinking, you start there, I start there, and we meet in the middle, and we can share everything.
Sure.
Meet in Mexico?
Sounds great. See you there.
Great, see you there. I mean, I think we got a little bit of everything. We hit just about every station except the dessert station, which we will have after our meal. You got a lot of prime rib.
Yep.
Went to town on the crab legs, which I'm loving. And you know, I tried to keep it station-wise. We started here with the Chinese, Japanese. Got a little bit of the cheese and I guess it was the Italian with the pizza. The pizza station. A little bit of Greece with the gyros. Into good old Mexico. One of the selling points, one of the hits, is the crab legs. So would you like to do the honors?
Sure. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't eat a ton of crab, so I may absolutely botch this, but I'll give it a go. Can you tell I don't eat loads of crab?
Yeah, I guess you guys break it in your hands. Oh.
No crackers needed for Joe. He's just gone straight in.
Absolutely fantastic.
I was hoping the meat would just come out in one smooth go, but it has not done that. Yeah,
I
really
noticed
fresh.
that you also got some shrimp, and I'm glad you did, because shrimp here is actually a big deal. I think shrimp in general is a big deal at buffets, but here it's a really big deal. Check this out. They go through 192 pounds of shrimp a day. Now, put that in perspective for you, that's 137 kilograms of shrimp.
It's good. Got like a real like horseradish kick to that.
Dude, are you kidding me? Shrimp and cocktail and orange juice at the same time? Mm-hmm. My mouth doesn't know what's going on. Absolutely fantastic. I want to say, usually I don't go for the seafood in buffets because you kind of wonder like, how long has it been sitting there? But the freshness of all the seafood over there, especially, was very impressive.
I think the benefit of a place like this, the size and the scale of it, they're pumping stuff out constantly.
Yeah.
Things that you're getting are not going to have sat there for very long.
Yes.
So you're pretty much guaranteed that everything here is going to be fresh.
What do you got there?
This is basically like if a Starbucks egg bite got jacked up by 50%.
Okay.
It's egg bite with like lobster in it.
Oh, hello.
The texture on the egg is so good.
Yeah, wow.
Meaty pieces of
Oh,
lobster.
Starbucks, you're missing a trick on that one. I didn't get Krabby Rangoons and I didn't get egg rolls because there was literally a family just descended on that area. I'm like, forget it. But I did get, they had a whole pig over there, and especially crispy parts. Got some of the skin right here, right?
Crispy pig skin is one of my favorite foods. Oh yeah.
Dude.
That's delicious. The crunch on the outside, the chewy fat on the inside. I'm getting like the kind of like 5 spicy flavors as well.
Yeah. Look at the size of this prime rib though. Look at the size of this, right?
This was cut in front of me, sliced freshly. He like added some sea salt on there as well.
Oh yeah?
Just having this as part of a buffet just screams luxury, doesn't it?
Oh wow. So good.
I feel like if you're someone who's going to a buffet to try and get their money's worth,
Yeah.
this is probably one of the dishes that you want to target.
That is. Oh my God. That's a new show for Guy Fieri. How he has Guy's Grocery Games. Guy's buffet budget, where everyone has to somehow like figure out what is the most like how to get the most expensive things to get the most out of a buffet. Different buffet each episode. That's a pretty good idea for a show, right?
Guys, buffet blast.
And they tally up how much it actually cost and what you ate, and see who get the most bang for their buck.
Sure.
That's a good idea
like
for a show.
A combination like eating challenge plus value thing. I think that could work.
This is a good idea. Wait, he can't have that. I want to do that. Let's do the show, right? We won't be in it.
Let's do
We
it.
can be the judges for it.
The Food Tours buffet blast.
I think it's a really good idea.
While we're still on the meat plates,
Yeah.
they also had British bangers.
Now, what makes a banger British versus it just being a sausage?
It's often the seasonings and the flavorings that are used. I think we lean differently in the US and the UK when it comes to that. There's like almost a kind of sweetness to a UK sausage because they tend to use a lot of onions, things like sage.
Well, what do you think? From Britain, how'd we do?
Not bad. Not the best British banger I've ever had, but I think herbs-wise, they've pretty faithfully recreated
How about of the bangers you've had outside of Britain?
that. Yeah, one of the best ones.
There you go.
There you go.
See, you can't compare it to the source. A few other stats I'm going to hit you with, but I had to look it up. This is a day. 6,000 pieces of dim sum, 1,000 meatballs, 1,800 oysters, and then you go through half a ton of wood and their fire grills and smoker ovens.
Damn.
This place is no joke.
It's a food factory, this
Yeah.
place. They are
Oh my
churning
God.
it out. Yeah, unfortunately, I do feel like food waste is kind of just a part of buffet culture.
Yeah.
Especially in a place like this, you know. You've paid money, you want to come and experience a bunch of different stuff. Try not to get too full up too fast as well.
Yeah. If I was to come here and just eat my fill, this is the only buffet I was hitting. I'm going prime rib, I'm going crab legs, more of the crispy pork.
Yeah, that was real
This
good.
is really good. I do like the pizza. They got good pizza options.
You say good pizza options, but I am seeing salmon on that pizza.
We'll
and
try
it's
it. Have you
giving
ever
me
had salmon on pizza?
cause for concern. I've not, no. Have you?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
No, I can't get my head around fish on a pizza.
Let me ask you a question. Of all the stations, what are some of your favorites? I love the meat station. I love the seafood station. That's a given. I was very impressed with the Mexican station, and the Chinese station also really awesome.
Yeah, I'd say between meat, seafood, and the Chinese station, probably my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you can get a cut of meat that's cooked this well, sliced right in front of you, as much as you want, freshly sea salted. That's beautiful. Crab legs are excellent as well.
Let me ask you a question. So far, has this lived up to your expectations of the Vegas American buffet experience?
Yeah, I'd say it's like met and probably exceeded my expectations coming
Nice.
into this. Buffets in the UK, particularly kind of like hotel buffets, tend to be pretty much entirely focused on the breakfast side of things. So, you know, you'll have your fried eggs, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausages, toast, hash browns, all that good stuff. I've not really ever been to a buffet that served these options in this quantity and in this quality either. I think in the UK, buffets tend to be on the lower end of the quality scale. You're definitely there for quantity over quality, whereas this one does seem to be delivering on both.
Yeah, I did notice that the plates are on the smaller side. There's no trays, so they're really banking that you go up thinking you're coming back. By the time you sit and need to get full, the getting up and going is kind of like, forget it, I'm full.
I think there are some like psychological tricks being deployed as well.
Yeah.
Probably at all buffets.
I think another psychological trick, I don't know if it's a psychological trick, but a really smart trick, is you pay coming in.
Yes.
So there's no reason for you to stick around.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they were like a bit slack on getting you the check, you'd be like, well, I've got a bit more time and I can maybe do a dessert now.
Or
and
if
go
you're like,
back
we
up.
got to pay to leave, like, oh, God, I got to pay. All right, I'm grabbing another thing before I go.
Yeah. A couple of slices of prime rib straight in my pocket for the way out.
Take that to the casino floor. I've heard of, what are the guys who do the videos where they eat a lot of stuff?
Us?
Yeah, thank you. Like these,
Food wars?
yeah, these guys who like, I guess they're like competitive eaters or just they eat a lot on YouTube. And there's some videos of them getting kicked out of buffets and places because you got to go.
I will say, yeah, if you come to Vegas and the main thing you want to spend your time doing is sitting in a buffet restaurant,
Yeah,
come on, there's a lot more stuff to do. It's definitely on the more expensive
a
side,
little steep.
but I don't think they've skimped on any of the quality. They haven't been cutting corners here, which is personally something that I really appreciate. I also think, you know, you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, you're here for a blowout weekend.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I wouldn't come here for breakfast. I don't think I can $80 omelet. I think I could push the scale up for an $80 lunch or an $80 dinner. And yeah, I like the vibe, man. This place is cool.
Yeah, relaxed, good fun. You're right in the middle of everything.
In the mix.
Fill yourself with prime rib and then go hit the slots.
No, go check out Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group.
Make yourself a sandwich to go and go see what Carrot Top's up to. Well, I'm ready for the next spot. Ready to go?
Yeah, I think I am.
Let's hit it.
Let's roll.
We are in the Rampart Hotel and Casino, and this is the Marketplace Buffet.
Okay.
Claims to be the only buffet in Northwest Vegas.
Yeah, we're a little bit further out, I guess, than most of the hotels and casinos that we've been to so far.
Well, there's two reasons for that. One, this is supposed to be an absolutely fantastic buffet. Two, every other buffet said no.
Sounds great.
All right,
Let's see.
Production's hard, but this place is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
One of the selling points for me is for a few dollars, it's also all you can drink beer and wine.
That is something which is not allowed in the UK.
So glad you said that. It's actually outlawed in most places. Go ahead.
Yeah. Brits cannot be trusted with unlimited alcohol. So we'll see how I hold up today.
What?
It's fairly early. I
Dude.
feel like I'll pace myself all right.
Hey, cheers, my man.
Cheers, man.
To a absolutely wonderful Vegas vacation. Famous last words.
Man.
Okay.
So far the vibe in here seems quite nice actually. It's very relaxed. I'm kind of seeing this as more of like a local spot, like people who actually live in and around Vegas. I'd say the age bracket maybe slightly higher, sort of like retirees who kind of come here, gamble a bit during the day, enjoy a nice buffet.
Well, I mean, the price is nice, man. It's $21.
$20.
$20.99. $21. I rounded up. Excuse me. Unlimited beer and wine, $8 more. Okay, so $28 all you can eat and drink. Come on.
That is a steal. $30 for all you can eat and drink. Kind of absurd. So I guess again, it'll probably make sense if we get like a sliced meat of some kind,
Yeah.
maybe another seafood option, ideally some crab, lobster, prawns, that sort of stuff.
Certainly.
And then again, just anything else that catches our eye, any fun bits.
I think it's a great idea.
All right,
Well, I'm starving. Want to go fix a plate?
absolutely.
Let's go. Let's get our game faces on here. We can't both grab the same thing because it's limited plate space.
Sure.
So, 2 plates, but we're working as a team.
Okay, I like the strategy.
All right. I don't want to grab things that I feel like I could find just anywhere. I'm sure everything's
Sure.
really great. I love fried chicken,
chicken.
love onion rings, love all this stuff for the carvery,
Actually,
but...
calamari. I'm getting some calamari, man.
What is that?
Huge calamari guy.
Oh, I thought those were onion rings.
I know, me too at first. Then I read the thing.
Yeah, and that kind of meat over here. Hi, how you doing? Can I have some slices of the beef tri-tip, please?
Oh yeah.
Do I do this with the roasted pork loin too? And a couple slices of the roasted pork loin, please. Yo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Done.
I'm seeing shrimp.
Yeah, this is salad. Come on.
Salad bar looking good.
I bet the soups are great.
I love these like meat flowers. Incredible meat flowers. You're a bit. I'm in my element now.
All right.
Shrimp on a
I
pizza.
think shrimp pizza's pretty good.
Yeah, you had it before?
I feel like I have, yeah.
Can't say I ever have. My
this-
plate's gonna end up looking like a 5-year-old curated it. Just like pizza and fried stuff.
Oh, definitely grabbing some of the mussels. I want to do the butternut squash ravioli.
Definitely getting some bacon.
Yeah, I got some bacon. Darn it, I should have gotten a second. Wait,
I've got room, man. What do you want?
Yeah. Definitely do the barbecue pork buns.
Oh yeah.
Definitely some crab rangoons. You got room on your plate for some ribs?
I can probably fit a rib or two on here.
I think I can fit one as well.
We also have a dessert shop. I feel like maybe even if we don't grab them now, we should check the desserts out.
Yeah, okay.
Little ice cream sundae bar.
Bread pudding, the cookie. Oh yeah, dude.
These look pretty legit.
This looks really good.
These look good.
This I would like. Yeah,
sounds like-
we're gonna definitely come back for dessert plates. Oh my god, a soft shell crab slider.
Oh, go on.
Bro, I don't know how we missed that. You want one?
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
And
We should be good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Well, actually, honey glazed carrots sound real good. I'm like a kid in a candy store. It's ridiculous. Okay.
All right, we gotta have a conversation about your plate there, buddy. What's going on?
Just to be clear, not my plate. Plate of things that I wanted us both to try. Because yeah, on its own, this is a very weird assortment of things.
Yeah, that was when you came back with just that. It's like, bruv, what's going on?
Come on, man.
All right. First impressions, everything looks incredible. Everything looks so delicious up there. I mean, we were going to go 2 plates. I had to grab a third. First off, I'm seeing a soft shell crab slider. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Also, I liked how for this one, the mussels, that came in a little thing, so you can keep it with the juices, with the butter juices. It came with. Very smart. I like that.
Self-sourcing mussels.
I walked past the calamari, I think it was onion rings. So the fact that the calamari is the size of onion rings here is real nice. I like that a lot, dude.
I love calamari so much. Those are going to be delicious.
Yeah.
Crab rangoons, got the bacon. Again, it's like a place where you can do breakfast, you can do lunch, you can do dinner. You can kind of pop in here like any time of day and get a meal that suits you, which is pretty cool and a little uncommon for a UK audience, I would say.
Do you want to start with the big cuts of beef here?
Beefy boys. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
You can get that one in front there, and I'll take this one
boy.
behind. And they cut it right in front of us, which I love. Love the meat cutting station.
Thick slices.
Yeah. I feel like them cutting the meat in front of you has like become like a staple of buffetery.
Yeah.
All right, this looks like a good piece of meat. Yep.
That's a good piece of meat.
And also the pork loin. I mean, oh my god, dude.
Let me get a little bit of that. Another thick piece, but
Yep. Whoa, right? How fantastic is that?
Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
it's easy, I think, to dry out pork, especially when you're cooking it in like big batches like this, but it's still got loads of juice to it.
Yeah, very, very delicious. Very succulent, if you will. I mean, I have to know.
You want your slider.
I've been really dying to try this for a while. So real quick, we got lettuce, tomato, onion, and a decent amount of crab meat in there.
I think it's just a whole soft shell crab.
What happened here? All right.
Do you want some of my crab? Or do you want to
You want to
swap?
bring some off in there?
You can swap if you want.
The crab can sit. No, you can have that
You
one.
seem more excited about this one than me. I
sure?
want you to have the big one.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm only eating soft shell crab and slider from here on out.
Really crispy with that batter.
Yeah, you don't miss out on any of the crab flavor. Curious about these mussels. I love mussels. And then once again, they got the juices and the sauce
juices in there, man.
with the tray. So, oh yeah, it would be weird to have mussels without the buttery juice that they cook it in, right? So it's that brininess that sticks with it.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely, right? Yeah.
Bit of heat to that sauce as well, like some chili in there.
I absolutely love this spread. Everything looks so fantastic. I was laid out. Get through there quick.
Yeah, just like one long line.
Yep.
A lot of stuff there.
In and out.
Kind of work your way from one end to the other.
Yeah. Calamari rings.
I love calamari, man.
This is a fantastic calamari. It's really good.
The batter is so crunchy. And the squid inside is really like soft actually.
Yeah.
Not rubbery.
You notice like usually when we get calamari, even though it's breaded, like by the time it gets to the table, the breading's like falling off of it.
Yeah, a bit soggy.
Kind of what you expect from it, but making it like this, breading's not going anywhere. And it adds a delicious crunch to the texture of the calamari. This place rules. This is so good.
This is great.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that you get all of this for 21 bucks.
Yeah, 20 bucks. I mean, we had 2 beers. Well, this is Vegas. We have 1 beer. The all-you-can-drink beer pays for itself.
It really does.
This bacon's up my alley.
They've got to be doing bacon well. That's a measure of quality for a buffet, I think.
That's right. It's the canary in the coal mine. And this canary is singing. Sorry.
No, I love it. That's some good bacon, man. In terms of like them being too flashy and out there, I wouldn't say this is necessarily the place for that. But that's not always what I want from a buffet.
No.
I think if I want going to a buffet, again, I'm not that concerned about healthy eating.
Yeah.
I kind of just want like tasty things, a
Yeah.
mix of things. I want zero judgment on what ends up on my plate. it's probably going to be a load of random fried stuff that doesn't quite go together.
Sure.
But for me, that's kind of like half of the joy of a buffet.
I totally agree. All the classics, all the favorites done really well, delicious. This is where you get like a lot of really good eating done, which I like. You know, if I didn't know the price of this, so like I came in, ate my fill, and had the experience, and walked down like, how much do you think this buffet is? I would say easily 40 or 50 bucks.
Yeah.
That's ridiculously great value.
That is a steal.
We should at least get some dessert.
Yes. So I got a couple of bits.
My man, let's go. Fantastic selection. Slice of pie, carrot cake. What's that?
I think little panna cotta cups.
Okay.
I love carrot cake.
Do carrot cake
It
first.
does kind of get carried by the cream cheese frosting, but it's a good cake.
Jordan carried the bulls, but everyone played their part. Frosting's Jordan, coffee cake is my boy Pippin. Everyone at this table is confused about what I just said.
I saw the last dance. Come on, man. Give me some credit.
All right, let's try this panna cotta. This is good. You went with the vanilla chocolate mix. Very smart. Oh, they're already starting to like bleed. Oh God, so good.
There's something so nostalgic about this soft serve. It's very much like something you would have as a kid,
Yep.
but it hits the spot every time, even as an adult.
What kind of pie is this?
It looks like either a cherry or a blueberry. I can't quite tell.
Definitely not cherry.
I think blueberry.
Blueberry, not boysenberry. That's fantastic pie. That is fantastic pie.
Really
wow.
good pie. That tastes as good as any like diner pie that I've had.
This is meant as a compliment, but that pie is better than it should be.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I am full.
I'm full. I think the dessert actually might have bumped
us
it up
around,
slightly in
yeah.
my estimations.
I want to make a comment about this place, the Rampart. The theme is like an idyllic oasis in the desert. We've been in Vegas for like a week now.
Yes.
And you walk out the door and it's just like bam, bam, bam. We drove a little bit outside of the city to get here. And right when we pulled up, tall palm trees, right? The area is beautiful. So if I was coming to Vegas and if you wanted to not go to a place that was like insanity,
Yeah.
this would probably be my top choice. It's really nice out here. It feels like a resort out here.
It really does, yeah. It feels like like I say, a bit of an oasis, I'd say.
Yeah, if that's the vibe you're looking for.
Yeah. I think maybe more for like the seasoned Vegas goers who, you know, you've done the strip, you've done the noise, you've done all that stuff. Marketplace kind of brought the heat, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They've set a bar.
I think also I'm just really enjoying the fact that it's so like peaceful here.
Yeah, there's like coming out of a strip hotel or casino.
Yeah.
Somehow there is the same number, if not even more, like stimulants going on outside. It's like noise, cigarette smoke.
Yeah. Vegas is the only
Bright
place you
lights.
go inside to a casino to like chill out.
To relax, yeah.
Slightly less things vying for my attention.
This has been really great.
Okay.
I believe you said you have more buffets to show me.
Let's finish up brewskis and hit another buffet, baby.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Ace Buffet in the Palms. Hope you're hungry.
I am. Still
I
got room
actually
in the
still am
tank.
too.
Yeah, I know, right?
This-
Bit of a gap between that last one and this one. Works
show
up
is-
another appetite.
I think this show's just doing so much damage to our body that our stomachs have just been expanded. We could be competitive eaters, from eating so much. It's Friday, so that means today is prime rib day. If we came yesterday, the day before, Wednesdays and Thursdays, it's lobster night.
I bet that gets absolutely
I
feral
bet it
in
is
here.
nuts. Can you imagine all you can eat lobster? Because prime rib, I love prime rib.
Yeah, sure.
I can maybe eat 1.5. I think really like lobster tails. How many do you think you could realistically eat?
Quite a few.
Yeah, I think
you
you
know.
put 4.
There's some meat on those, but I reckon, like 4 or 5 pretty
Because
easily.
lobsters are
going
really
down.
light meats. Now this is the smallest space we visited today. Only 10,000 feet.
A mere 10,000 feet.
10,000 square feet, obviously. Is what I mean.
Still
Yeah.
pretty big, I would say.
Yeah, it's still a huge, incredible selection. It looks really nice. We got here right before when it opens, and there is a line around the casino to get in here.
really is,
People
yeah.
want to come in and eat.
Clearly a popular spot. I like that it's very much kind of embedded into the casino. So you're getting some noise, you're getting the kind of atmosphere, that casino vibe, you know. Very fun, upbeat, and hopefully the food's gonna be really good. I'm pretty sure I've seen some snow crab flying around.
Yeah, I saw a guy with
So-
a huge plate of it. Hopefully he saved them for us.
We've got to grab some barbecue while we're here, some of those
Yes.
smoked meats. And then kind of just anything else that catches the eye again.
Yes. All right, you ready? Same
think
with the 2 plates for 1 strategy.
Possibly even more plates. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how we get on.
I'm ready to go into one more. How you doing? Can I please have some beef brisket? Fantastic. Is that enough or you want any more?
We can share one.
All right, cool.
Can you get me some sweet potato casserole? Because
What's that one? Oh, that
the
one
one
right
with the
there?
marshmallows on it.
Ah. Oh, can I have 2 sausages?
That looks good, right?
Yeah, it should do it. Awesome, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Second plate.
Pepperoni pizza looks nice.
Do a slice of pep.
Yeah, get a slice of pep. Chef special, looks like a little calzone. Burrito ramen, hello.
There we go. I'm seeing prime rib.
How you doing? Can I have 2 slices of the prime rib, please?
Thank you so much. Got a line for the crab. Look at these guys go crazy on the crab legs. Grab yourself a couple.
How funny if I just grabbed one?
Let's not go overboard.
Oh, we gotta get the hot butter? Thank you.
This is the revival section.
Oh, yeah, this is
Oh,
like
it's
the
the health
healthier
bit, right?
stuff.
I quite like that they've just taken all the healthy bits and put it in one area.
Which doesn't have much of a line. I think that's it.
All right, head back.
I'm not here for healthy stuff. Price point of this one, kind of in the middle, $42.99.
Sure.
I think that's a great deal.
I would agree, yeah.
Especially for if you get 1 plate of 10 crab legs.
Like most people seem to be doing.
Yeah. And these look like good crab legs. Ooh, they're warm too.
They do. I made a hash of this last time.
You made a what?
Made a hash of it, like messed it up last time. Is that a Britishism?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Got most of that one out actually. That's pretty good.
Fantastic.
Also with the butter dipping sauce this time.
Oh, duh, I forgot we even got the butter. Yeah. Butter. Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Yep. I mean, has butter ever made anything taste worse?
Good point. Now that I've had at least one, I definitely would stand in line and grab 10 of these.
Yeah.
That's a really good.
According to Costco,
Yeah.
10 pounds of crab legs, $300.
10 bucks is not a lot,
No.
right? It's expensive. Oh, geez, $300 for 10
$300
pounds?
for 10 pounds
That's
of crab
Costco.
legs. If your plan is to maximize the value, this is one of the ways to do it.
I think so.
This is like prime rib and snow crab night, so
Yeah.
the quantity they're producing is massive.
That's what they came here for, right?
Yeah.
The line was out the door.
They are churning it out. We saw them while we were queuing up, like dump a load more in.
Yeah.
It just means that whatever we're eating, it's probably only been prepared like 10, 15 minutes ago tops.
Yeah, these are still really warm.
Yeah,
which
still
I
got
like.
warm to them. Really fresh, lovely taste on these.
Seafood delight's fantastic, but it is prime rib night. So I want to try this
It
prime
is.
rib.
So we had prime rib at Bacchanal.
Yep.
So we're looking at like a medium rather than a rare here, but it's still very juicy.
Oh, yeah. Yo. That's got that flavor. That's really good. It's a bit of a fattier cut, but I like that because
Yeah.
that's where all the flavor is. This prime rib especially is like really flavorful and delicious. Like I'm actually kind of, I'm not say shocked, but like I'm pleasantly surprised at how good the prime rib is here. And since it's prime rib night, you think they'd bring it with the prime rib, and they have. Brisket is fantastic. Sausage real good. I want to get a little bit of this marshmallow sweet potato.
Is this common, this thing?
Yeah.
Marshmallows on your sweet potato?
Yeah.
It's the most American
Have
thing.
you not had that yet?
No, never.
That's all.
You'll be shocked to hear in the UK we don't put marshmallows on our savoury side dishes.
You'd be shocked to know we don't really put marshmallows on a lot. Every time I'm in London and go into a grocery store, the American aisle, you guys have marshmallows and fluff. No one eats fluff
yeah.
in America. I didn't even know it existed until I went to London. Whoever works over at Fluff, saved that company by convincing the rest of the world that we eat it here. We don't eat it here. But what'd you think of that?
Interesting.
I mean, interesting. Delicious what you made.
Very sweet. I like the texture of the sweet potatoes.
We'll try the potatoes without the marshmallows.
They're sweet enough without it.
They can always be a little sweeter.
They're still very sweet.
Yeah, I love sweet potatoes.
Let me get a piece of the brisket.
Yeah, oh, it's great.
Okay.
I think they're really winning points with me with having their own specific barbecue station. They're so good, right?
I've now had a fair amount of brisket in the US, and that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good brisket. They have a burrito ramen. So this is ramen noodles. We got brisket, of course, all together.
Something that you were telling me was kind of a uniquely LA thing.
I thought it was, but apparently not.
Here we are.
Maybe it's originated in LA?
The sausage is legit, man.
I don't want to spit my noodles back in there because I think it's chef, so this is very good.
That's
And the sauce is
considerate
great.
of you. I think I prefer that to the brisket, actually.
There's a spice to that that's really good. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, they're even doing birria well. That's not
Yeah,
easy.
that's not easy. I'm very impressed.
Quality across the board so far.
Dare we venture into dessert land?
I've still got room for dessert.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Get more food.
Get more. You're going to get more food? All right. I guess you're getting more food.
When in Vegas, man. When in Vegas.
Okay. Oh yeah, that looks really good. All right, let's run it down. What did you get?
I saw collard greens. I've really enjoyed all the ones that I've tried so far.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Are there collard greens in the UK?
Not really, no.
What do you think?
It's really good, man.
Yeah, that chicken looks amazing. One thing I've noticed about all the buffets we've been to, they must be cooking this at like mass scale. which to me is a recipe for things not tasting great because just making in such big quantities. But everything we've had is just so good. Like,
Yeah.
Like, how's that chicken? They must cook them by the hundreds.
Super good.
Yeah? Well, I'm not waiting around here, buddy. I want to try this creme brulees.
Crack on with the dessert
Yeah.
while I eat my hummus
Yeah.
with my hands again.
That's another great thing about buffets. We get to eat it our own. We don't have to have dessert together. I'm going to wait for you to finish your entree. I'm moving, baby.
I pull up with a second plate of main course. You're going to eat a little plate of desserts.
Dude,
it's all
you're
fine.
You're going to love this. This is killer.
All right, I think now I am ready for dessert.
Get in there.
I'm getting a creme brulee.
Little desserts. I like it. I like a variety of dessert.
Yeah. I'd much rather have lots of little dainty desserts than one big one.
I totally agree with you.
Variety's the spice of life, Joe.
You know, I don't want a huge slice of just cake. I want a little cake, cookies, you know, something sweet to drink. You got your tiramisu and panna cotta.
I love tiramisu. Do you like
Tiramisu
a
is really
tiramisu?
good. Yeah, and the tiramisu here is very good. Finishing it off with a chocolate chip cookie. We had a lot today, and I think every place absolutely delivered with the variety and the quality.
Yeah.
That's the thing about buffets that have turned me off in the past is I know I don't eat a lot, but every time I've gone to one, like it's actually kind of been like that great,
Yeah.
you know? But here, all the places I've been to today, not at all. The fact that they're cooking these huge batches of all these delicious meats, all this food, and everything tastes amazing is a testament to how good these buffets are. Bacchanal buffet, sheer numbers game, they're winning. The selection there was pretty unmatched. It was huge. It was the biggest place we've been to. Also, the most expensive was $80 some odd, correct? It's a lot of money for a buffet, even if you're eating your weight in crab legs and prime rib or whatever. So,
Yeah, I agree. I think while it was on the higher end of the price point, I think particularly if you're spending your dinner time there, that's going to be excellent value for money when you consider the expense of all the foods that you're eating, the
Yeah.
prime rib,
Yeah.
the seafood there, the sheer variety as well. Like,
Yeah.
no one's going to go there and be like, I don't like anything here.
Yeah.
There's going to be something for everyone.
they certainly have like the decadence element of like, no matter what you want, we have it. Go crazy.
I think the decadence for me is, what it comes down to, that's kind of its defining trait.
Yeah, marketplace buffet. A little bit more easier to get a grasp on the selection there. Fantastic quality. A little bit more reduced in selection, but everything there was fantastic. Nice price point. Also, the beer and wine add-on, very nice, especially if you're going to do a whole day of gambling. Right?
That's some prime for the slots.
Yeah, the tri-tip that we had there was really fantastic, right? Also, the pork loin, so good, right? And I like that environment too. It was chill. Almost had like a little Oasis-y element to it. Yeah, I really dug it there.
Yeah, after a few days of spending time kind of in pretty central, like downtown strip Vegas, it's been very intense. So to actually get away from the noise a little bit, come to a slightly more relaxed environment, not that far away.
Yeah.
But going into it, seeing the price point,
Yeah.
I was not expecting the level of quality and care that we got there. I thought the food was excellent, the variety was excellent. That alcohol deal was absurd.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous value. If more Brits...
It's almost like they want you to get really drunk there, but I can't place my finger on why.
If news gets out about that deal to the Brits, they're going to have a storm coming, man.
I have to say, if I was employed at the Rampart Marketing, I would just be every tube ad in London. Yay, Vegas. $7, all you can drink beer and wine.
You only need like 4 words. You need free beer, Rampart Vegas. Get that on a billboard and you'll have people
And that's
flocking
it, man.
in their
That's
droves.
it, man. This economy will triple overnight. And then finally, here,
Yes.
A.Y.C.E. Buffet.
A.Y.C.E.
That's A.Y.C.E., which we just absolutely loved. Really impressed with the great barbecue. You love the soul food. I mean, they got crab legs.
They got crab legs, they got prime rib.
Yeah.
They're living up to what they're promising.
Yeah.
I feel like we should try and come back here for a lobster night. I kind of don't even want to eat the lobster that much. I just want to witness the chaos.
Oh yeah, the elbows and
I
stuff.
want to witness
yeah.
people climbing over each other to get at that lobster.
Get at that
I
lobster,
imagine
yeah.
it's carnage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this place. I think it's a good environment. We're kind of right in the casino. You're right in the midst of Vegas, you know.
And there's still a line. Wow.
Super popular.
Unbelievable.
And again, I think as far as price is concerned, kind of in the middle between the other two that we
That
tried.
is a good point, yes.
But I think the quality, the quantity, and just everything that you get for your money is a good deal. I would struggle to see anyone leaving here disappointed.
I'm a man. Which one do you think was your favorite?
I think the one I would go back to would be Bacchanal.
Really?
Yeah, I think for me, you kind of hit the nail on the head when you said decadence.
Yeah.
When I think of a Vegas buffet,
But you're the last guy I would pin on decadence.
I know.
You're the last guy I could ever just see being like more. Whoa.
But when in Vegas, and that's what I want from a Vegas buffet, I want the extravagance. It's not something that
I
I would
got
do.
another day with you. What is tomorrow going to be? Oh my God. Oh no.
I'm a pent-up British dude. We don't get many chances to blow off steam. That's what Vegas is all about.
Okay, wow, I'm very impressed. Even with the $80?
Even for $80, I don't know if I would go there for breakfast or lunch. I think that would be my like blowout dinner.
Yeah.
I'm stocking up on
You
the
could,
seafood.
yeah, you could do
I'm
$80
stocking up on
worth
the
of
meats.
damage in there. Yeah, absolutely,
Easily,
absolutely.
yeah,
Okay, that's a good
easily.
point. Huh? I'm actually gonna pick this place.
You
Ace.
are?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is more than enough for me, and I like the price, and the barbecue was incredible, and I love the prime rib. Like I loved everything here, and the reason that I picked it over Bacchanal is I feel like I would get probably a comparable meal at Bacchanal, give or take obviously a few selections, but it's almost double the price.
Interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. For me, like I say, it comes down to what I see the purpose of a Vegas trip being,
Which is what?
which is having a blowout, man. I'm here. I don't like if you're spending $80 on dinner, it's Vegas, baby.
I know,
Who
but
cares?
if you do it here, it's 40 extra quid you could blow at the slot machines.
But I won't enjoy the food quite as much, and that's what it comes down to for me. It's fine margins.
I
And
find
I also
margins,
want to
yeah.
shout out Marketplace as well, because that food was great. And again, I think for me, it's like it's a scale.
Yeah.
I think at all of them, I wouldn't come away from any of them feeling like I'd overpaid for anything.
Okay.
But I don't blame you for picking this place. No judgment from me.
I didn't think there was until you made a point to say that. I'm an ace man, baby. Let's go. All right, well,
Should we go hit the slots?
let's go lose $40.